As a kid, I used to love watching this show called The Little Mermaid. I loved everything about it: the music, the animation, the characters. It was by far my favorite TV show, so one day I was watching this show at my friend's house. And the episode that we were watching was called The Mermaid. This episode was different from all the other episodes. The animation was darker and more sinister, and the music was more creepy than usual. The episode starts with Ariel and her friends playing in the forest. Then, all of a sudden, a mermaid appears out of nowhere and tells them that she's gonna kill them all. Ariel and her friends run away from her, but the mermaid is way too fast for them. She ends up catching them and dragging them all into the water. The episode then cuts to black, and we can hear the screams of Ariel and her friends as they being pulled underwater. I remember watching this episode with my friend, and we were both terrified. We turned to each other and asked, "Did she just say what I think she said?" But the scariest part of the episode was yet to come. As the mermaid is dragging the girls underwater, we see flashbacks of the girls' worst fears. For Ariel, her worst fear is that her dad, King Triton, will find out that she's been hanging out with humans and has been keeping secrets from him. So we see a flashback of King Triton confronting Ariel about her secrets. He's so angry that he takes away her voice and transforms her into a mermaid. She then spends the rest of eternity trapped in her father's castle, never able to see her friends or the human world again. For one of Ariel's friends, her worst fear was getting married. So we see a flashback of her getting married to one of the worst guys ever. He treats her like garbage and makes her do all the housework. In the end, she has to put up with this guy for the rest of her life. Another one of Ariel's friends has a really bad case of claustrophobia. So we see a flashback of her getting trapped in an elevator. The longer the flashback goes on, the more trapped and panicked she gets. And in the end, she actually does die from a heart attack. The final girl has a really bad fear of losing her beauty. So we see a flashback of her going to a party, and everyone there tells her that she looks really ugly. She spends the rest of the flashback crying and doing all these horrible things to herself to try and make herself look better. In the end, she actually ends up killing herself. The scariest part of the episode is that the mermaid is feeding off of their fears, making them come true. The more scared they are, the more power the mermaid has. And the only way to defeat the mermaid is to have faith in yourself and confront your fears head on. In the end, that's exactly what Ariel and her friends do. They all end up defeating the mermaid and saving themselves. This episode was so scary that it actually traumatized me for years. I couldn't swim in the ocean without thinking that a mermaid was gonna drag me down to the bottom of the sea. I'm still scared of mermaids to this day.